Hello, everyone. I'll talk about the mechanisms that trigger political questions and research as part of my work. Well, first, the formal differences between my works made me realize that the connections between them were found in the content and research and not in the formal solutions, and that the aesthetic experience was possible only when both were working simultaneously. I've done research in contexts like Slovenia before joining the European Union, where my project were 100 billboards that addressed how that would mean also joining NATO. I've also done research.
Don't be embarrassed by this.
Okay. I've also done research in the United Arab Emirates about the extinct animals in the area. And that ended questioning the concept of progress, like also happened as part of a mural in the Sao Paulo Biennial that depicted references to urban development and the agribusiness like Monsanto exploiting the region, and that refers to my interest in indigenous science and knowledge. This way of working started a long time ago with the Better Life Corporation project, and I'll show you some images here. This is the main website. Basically, the Better Life Corporation started as a series of interventions in public spaces and giving away things like the student ID card for anyone that wanted one. This other intervention here in New York, distributing safety pills, because I found this very misleading social campaign. Also, in supermarkets, I changed the barcode sticker so people could buy cheaper basic things like food or, food, basically. The project has been shown also in museums, and it has to be activated. It's never shown as documentation, and there you can get the student ID card or many of the products and services. As part of the project, I also had to develop a new area, which was Better Life communications, and mainly trying to produce a free radio station. But that wasn't possible because I knew how to set up all the technical elements, but then you needed a team to produce the content. And what happened is that I went to train other people to start radio stations. This is an intervention in the street. It's one of the first logo alterations, and it's related to a lotto game called Melate, which is meant to be for public assistance, but at the end it's not. That's a mural in Paris, talking about the bad corporate practices of Del Monte since 100 years ago in Central America, the connections with the CIA and the US government. This mural was presented in Sydney and was very much around the use of kangaroo skin as part of the shoe industry. And well, that connected also to the Aboriginal presence in Australia, because politicians were keeping the industry alive so the Aboriginal population would vote for them. That's a mural that I talked about in the Sao Paulo Biennial. That's another logo alteration, and often people ask me to borrow images or things part of the projects to use them in demonstrations, and that's in Rennes, in France. That's in Saint-Nazaire. I've done also performance work, and that happened in Norway, but this performance has been presented in Paris first, Norway and Mexico. And well, it's very much an actor trying to be Ronald McDonald and behaving as he was the owner of the chain. And yeah, it was not violent at all. It was not a protest. He was just being very honest and saying everything about the company, and many different reactions. That's Norway as well. That's a poster. It says, what is held for if we have the patria, the nation, and that was distributed in the Zócalo in Mexico City. I tend to do that every year during the time that we celebrate independence, and this is another project. It was part of a festival in Madrid, and I gathered 50 musicians. They were allowed to play whatever they usually play. They are buskers, and well, they were playing from classical music, rock, samba, Cuban son. There were a couple of punks playing the accordion, and they didn't do any rehearsal before playing. I think for me that's the proof that anarchy works, because they, I thought it was going to be very noisy, but at the end they found some kind of harmony, and well, for me that was very much a social experiment. This is one of my latest projects, and that's a coin. It's called Scoop, and it makes reference to the cooperative movement in England. And as part of the project, I opened an ice cream parlor, and you could only buy ice cream with this coin. And also the traders of the market of that area were the only ones that could sell you the coin or exchange it or give it as change. And I think even someone was paid with the coin. And I leave it there. And as a conclusion, I would say that the research I do for my works is a single one. It doesn't happen around themes or subjects, but it represents the way I have decided to live and do as a political actor in any given context, taking art as the profession to do so, and interventions and as the strategy. Thank you.